Coop here. First down.
All right, Caleb, what do you got?
Well, as we talk about the 5 Kentucky Wildcats to watch for against Tennessee, there's a big advantage Tennessee has this weekend, which, again, should really help Lance Hurd, which is the fact that J.J. Weaver, their star edge rusher, is out on Saturday. And so if Lance Hurd struggles on Saturday, then he should just give back all of his NIL money and go home and never play football again.
Back it up.
Just like
get direct, go to the Kentucky sideline, say you got room for another because I want to join Gerald Mincy.
Except Gerald Mincy actually will have had some performances of success in his back
Now, in
pocket.
all fairness, Hurd was pretty good in the second, third, and fourth quarter against Alabama. I watched him closely.
He was really good. He tried really hard.
That's exactly how I sound. All right, go ahead. What down is next? Somehow we got to fit 5 into 4, so I don't know.
Yes, no. Don't worry. We're going to be fine. Don't worry. Okay. Without JJ Weaver, we have to look at Alex Afari Jr. to be exact. He is the weak side linebacker, who's more of a coverage linebacker, but still makes quite a few plays for the year so far. We're looking at a guy who has 1.5 sacks, but he actually has 8 tackles for a loss. So he actually leads the team in tackles for a loss this year. So I think Tennessee's got to be very careful watching out for him. He, again, he's more of a coverage linebacker, but he's going to make a lot of plays in the run game, and Tennessee's going to need to run the ball. So Alex Afari, and sticking with first down together, because that's what we have to do, because that's Dave's rule for me, since I do 5 and he wants 4.
Absolutely can't do 4. You just refuse to do 4.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. I just
okay, go ahead.
We're gonna go look at their one of their underrated offensive playmakers, which is going to be Dane Key. Dane Key has 39 catches for 587 yards and 2 touchdowns. They're going to look to get him the ball as much as possible. Everybody talks about Barian Brown, obviously, but I think Barian Brown's been banged up. Dane Key is their star receiver again, and so Jamal McCoy is going to be on him. The reason he's less of a factor is because I just don't think Kentucky's going to be able to get him the ball. Sorry.
Okay, you're just counting Barian what Brown can do for you. If anybody remembers the UPS commercials, is he going to be on the list?
No, he's not.
I told that joke on TV yesterday. I had about the same reaction.
Cooper Mays here. Second down.
All right, second down.
Second down. All right. So sticking with offensive weapons, more of an all-purpose player. The primary rusher they should be scared of. Demi Sumo. He is not a sumo wrestler, but
good. And he will not wear a diaper during the game.
Well, you don't know that. I mean, you're not.
I don't.
There was a Florida game.
Okay, by the way, does anybody remember the white pants that Tennessee had in the mid to early 90s that were completely see-through? It was very awkward.
I did not know they were see-through.
It was very, very awkward. And
who remembers?
It wasn't as see-through for a Caucasian player, but it was more see-through.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, it was rough. Go ahead, Kayla. I mean, seeing a guy in his stance from behind with see-through pants is not something you want to see.
Well, in 2015, do you remember Adam Lean at Florida soiling himself while running for a touchdown? It became very noticeable, and he had to go change, get cleaned up in the locker room.
Okay. All right. What Brown can do for you? Who's next?
Sorry. Okay, so Davey Stewart, just to give him some credit real quick, he has 419 rushing yards on the year, and he has 108 receiving yards, 4 total touchdowns. Tennessee will have to keep an eye on him throughout the game. He's their other offensive weapon. I'm naming offensive weapons by default because there are some offensive weapons, but Dave, like I'm going to be honest, I don't see Kentucky crossing midfield on Saturday.
You don't see Kentucky crossing midfield at all?
I think that should be Tennessee's goal. Y'all remember Coach Yossi? Remember the Titans? I don't want them to gain another yard. And he said if they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm gonna take every last one of you out. I think they should do that in this game. I think Tim Banks should literally be like, if they cross the line of scrimmage, you're all coming out. They're not allowed to cross the line of scrimmage. That should be Tennessee's goal in this game.
Okay. All right. We'll see if that's a go. Where are we now? Second down?
No, third down.
Cooper Mays here. Second down.
I
Tennessee Center
literally
Cooper
said
Mays,
third down.
third down.
Go ahead.
Guys, Dave's high, okay?
No, I'm not. I just didn't get much sleep.
Okay, so with JJ Weaver out, I'm actually going with the backup defensive end who's been a more productive defensive end because I think Kentucky's going to run a more 4-down line set at different times. And that is going to mean more reps for Octavius Oxendine, who is leading not leading the team. He is second on the team in sacks this year with 3, has 3.5 tackles for a loss, only has 10 total tackles, Dave, because he only plays sparingly, but he only plays sparingly. He still has 3 sacks and 3.5 tackles for loss. So
Okay.
I think Tennessee's got to be very careful with him. He'll probably be opposite, lining up John Campbell Jr., but they may move him to Lance Hurd, but both Campbell and Hurd will be tested by him.
There's just no question that Brown is going to have a return for a touchdown now that you haven't included him on your list.
All SEC center Cooper Mays here, 4th down.
All right.
The most important player on the team for Kentucky, the one that everybody needs to watch out for, is JQ Hardaway. Jonquise Hardaway, to be exact. He is their feature cornerback. He's their main cornerback. Look, Tennessee's going to try some stuff with Nico, and Hardaway already has 2 interceptions on the year. He has a forced fumble. He really is, you could call him a shutdown corner on his own. By the way, by default, Jamin Dumas-Johnson also does belong on this list with 6 tackles for a loss and 2.5 sacks. He's an honorable mention. But for me, he's the middle linebacker for Kentucky. I just went with Alex Safari for the weak side linebacker for this one, but you could say either one of them. But JQ Hardaway is their most important player. He's going to be the one that they're going to hope takes away one side of the field. And if Tennessee's passing attack is not what it needs to be, then he could have it. He could be the reason.
First down coming up, brought to you by Double D Piping.
Double D Piping provides full-service fire protection on any scale. From residential homes to government facilities, we can assist any customer through design, fabrication, installation, inspection, and demonstration of fire suppression systems. With 30 years of service across 5 states and a full staff with over 40 years experience, our quality can't be beaten. Don't get caught watching what you could have prevented. Call Double D Piping, the absolute best in fire prevention.
All SEC center Cooper Mays here, 4th down.
All right, Caleb.
That was 4th down. That was literally 4th down.
Okay, so we just got 4th down in. All right, so there we go. 4 downs. I think you're leaving out. Brown. I think that's short-sighted.
See, my debates with myself are Jamin Dumas-Johnson and Barry and Brown. But I'm going more. They've been using Demi Sumo a lot more than Barry and Brown in this game, and so on the season. And Barry and Brown's been more in the passing game anyway. And in the passing game, Dane Key is the key guy. Now, if Gavin wins
5 returns for a touchdown.
Yeah.
One was a 99-yarder this year. You don't give him anything for that.
He has one return for a touchdown, by the way.
This year, but he had like 4. He's had like 4 others in his career, I believe.
Yeah, but I just don't. Tennessee, the reason that's not a factor to me is because Josh Tuberville's great on kickoffs. Every single kickoff for Josh Tuberville this year is sailed into the end zone. When is he going to get a chance to run it back?
Well, everyone hasn't sailed out of the back of the end zone. They've sailed off the field of play, but they haven't.
That's what I mean. Like, they're not going to give him a chance to return at all.
Well, that doesn't mean Josh needs to kick it straight out of bounds.
I mean, honestly, Dave, I was probably sitting in the press box with you and we didn't know each other at the time, but do you remember that 2007 Tennessee-Arkansas game where Arkansas with Darren McFadden and Felix Jones went to Knoxville and Tennessee beat them? They shut down that offense because John Chavis, and like a rare stroke of genius for him, decided not to blitz that day and kept his linebackers in spy, which was Gerard Mayo did an amazing job staying at home. Well, I will never forget, Tennessee scored on the opening drive, and I was sitting next to a fellow editor at the Beacon at the time, and I said, I think they should kick it out of bounds. Just spot on the ball on the 40 every single time. And the guy who was next to me said, you might be right. They don't kick it out of bounds. Felix Jones runs it into field goal range.
All right, so I can remember one Chavis moment where I was sitting next to, let's just say this young man may have been not all there, and he liked to say third down in Chavis like every time it was third down, and I beat him to the punch because I'd sat next to him for 3 or 4 games, and he just started having like a little bit of a freak out that I'd beaten him to the punch on his joke that he had told 58 times that season. That would have been funny enough if it wasn't for the fact that Roy Kramer was sitting on the other side of him and asked to be moved from his seat because the guy was just so neurotic about the fact somebody beat him to his favorite joke. Roy Kramer's like, I'd like to
Really?
move. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I wanted to move, Caleb. I mean, I
That's-
thought he was getting angry.